Welcome to the Legal and Ethical Environment of Business. This is Professor Guerra Pujol from the University of Central Florida, and welcome to this second part of the course. You may recall in the first part of the course, we focused on theories of ethics, and we also looked at the main sources of law. In this part of the course, we're going to be looking at intellectual property, what I call the law of ideas. Now, I want to begin this unit by asking you a question. Have you ever created any valuable intellectual property? Let me give you some examples. Think of a novelist or think of a book. One of my favorite novelists is the North American writer Ernest Hemingway. One of my favorite books of Ernest Hemingway is A Movable Feast, where he describes his years in Paris in the 1920s when he was a young man and beginning his writing career. If you look at the copyright page, you'll see here that the copyright is taken out to Ernest Hemingway Limited, and the copyright was then renewed by his sons, Patrick and John Hemingway. That's a great example of intellectual property if you've written a novel, a graphic novel, or something like that. Another great example is trademarks and trademark law. Of course, probably the most famous example, if you give me one moment, is the Coca-Cola trademark, right? Just the word Coca-Cola to describe a sugary beverage. Right? It's a very famous trademark. By the way, Coca-Cola is a great example also of a trade secret, the so-called Coke formula. And we also have patents. Probably a great example of a patent would be Larry Page's original patent for the PageRank algorithm, on which the Google search algorithm is based on today. How about Mark Zuckerberg? Think about Mark Zuckerberg when he was writing up the source code for Facebook, the original Facebook, back in his dorm room in late 2003 and early 2004. You may recall that from the readings that the Facebook launched on 4 February 2004. Lots of examples of valuable intellectual property there. Just think of the source code, the computer instructions that went into writing the program for Facebook, or the original Facebook. A great example of possibly a trade secret. Think of the Facebook logo, the like symbol, the word Facebook today. I mean, that's a very valuable trademark indeed. And of course, if you look at the original homepage, which I will post on web courses of the Facebook, you'll notice the copyright symbol below. So in other words, Zuckerberg built a very valuable commercial enterprise by using intellectual property. And now you can see why I delve into intellectual property law here so early in the course. Well, this is what we'll be doing in the next set of videos. The first batch, I'll focus on copyright law, since your discussion post for this week is tied to copyright law. The next week, I'll talk about trademarks. And in our third week of this unit, I'll wrap up by talking about trade secrets and patents. And we'll look at all major forms of intellectual property, or the law of ideas. Well, thank you for your attention. Have a great day, and go Knights.